Okay, this is going to be a doozy of a video, so dig in, pause it, slow it down, watch it multiple times, but this is going to be the go-to resource for you when it comes to creating your first Google ad campaigns. And in this one, I'm going to actually be selling a product. The same principles will apply if it's just going to a lead magnet. The only thing is that with the value for a physical product or an actual product that I own, it's a little bit easier to track the monetary value. Whereas a lead, I have to understand what a lead is worth. What I want to do is I want to create a campaign selling this product that I sell called Storefront Stalker Pro. It is $149. It converts pretty well, but I need to create a better ad experience. I need to start targeting some certain keywords just to make some more sales. I want to get some more sales. I can get more organic sales from referrals and all that good stuff. So I'm going to start spending a little bit of money on this every month. So what I want to do is I want to get it set up. So first thing that you need to do is open up this spreadsheet. I put a link to this down in the description. Just click make a copy to edit. Don't request edit access, just make a copy. This is something that I just whipped up and it's going to make the process a little bit easier for you. Now, granted, once you've created more than a couple of ads, you won't need to use this. Not like you have to do it in here and then also do it somewhere else. This is just a worksheet that you can use. You can do it just on your Google Sheets, but if you want to just fill in everything as you go inside of Google Ads, that's okay as well. I filled in everything here for the sake of this example, and I wanted to do that so it also speed up this video. So I'm not retyping everything as you're watching. I've already created the ad essentially and everything else that I need. The one thing I haven't really done is the keyword because I want to show you how I'm choosing the keywords for the specific ad. All right, so let's go in here. Go into overview. To create a new ad, you'll go into your campaigns, go to all campaigns, and then select new campaign. And for this one, we're going to be doing sales. We could also do just website traffic, but for this one, we want to do sales. And I want to run search ads. Most of the time I run search. Display is essentially going to show up on Google AdSense. Video would be things on YouTube. Everything else, I'm not really worried too much about. I don't make as much money on the other types, the smart or the discovery. Nothing against them, but there's enough working for me that I don't need to do that as well. Okay. So I'm going to type in my website there. I'm going to call this September SS Pro promo. All right. And I will include just the search network. I don't want to have the display network, but I will include the Google search partners. That's going to be other smaller search engines. It's not a huge deal, but it is worth doing. So for locations, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use enter other locations. There's a certain group of people that will want this. I don't know if I said that. There might be some people in other countries who would buy it. Maybe they're traveling or whatever, but for the most part, I'm going to make most of my money promoting just to people in the countries that I know are actively using this. Okay. So it's not a huge group. I want to just stick with these 4 for now. And then we'll put people in or who show interest in your targeted locations. Okay. I don't want to add any other language besides English. I don't have any real exclusions that I want to have. Audiences, I don't have any custom audiences. This is not something that I am going to be spending time with because I'm focusing just on my keyword search. Average I want to spend per day. So if you put in less than 20, it's going to send you this commonly uses a budget of at least $20. That's not true. You can use whatever you want. I am going to put 20 and then I'm going to focus on conversions. Now there is an upsell for this product, but I'm going to just focus on this one conversion, target cost per action. And I'm going to target that at about, let's say $15. If I can get sales for $15, that's pretty solid. So I'll have good margins left over, especially since it is a software. There's not much overhead on that. So I'll put $15 CPA. Sitelink extensions. So I've already made these. This is an awesome opportunity for us as bloggers to get some more traffic, ride the coattails of the ads we're already paying for. We can put links down below our ad. And if you've ever seen a Google ad, you click on those and typically they'll take you to something like an FAQ page or a testimonials page. And in this example, if you use this worksheet, this is automatic. It's going to actually populate over here in the preview. So I made that, pretty proud of that. So that's what's going to show up right there. If you change these, you can mess them around. FAQ 2020, it's going to add that there. And then you're going to put these final URLs. So essentially it's going to be adding these additional links down at the bottom. Let me show you how to create one really quick. Super easy. You don't even have to put descriptions if you don't want to. They're not really going to show up there, but you should put them and then put example.com, whatever. And then you would just save it and then you would add it there. But I've already created these. Cool thing is that it stores these for you. So I'm actually going to put one. This one is going to go to a site that is related to the topic that someone who is using this software would be using or would be interested in. It's not going to necessarily support the tool itself. It's just something that might give me some related clicks. So as a blogger, that's one of the benefits that we have. This one's additional OA tools. So I know that they're interested in these tools that are related to selling on Amazon. With this one, arbitrage best practices. And then I have one more tactical arbitrage add-on. Okay. So that will give me 4, and that is good. So I can click preview and I can see what they look like on mobile. They're going to look different on desktop. Let me show you an example of one. Let's just type in Amazon FBA. This is what the site links are going to look like. These guys right down here. And like I said, if you enter those into the worksheet, it's going to populate them right there. So you get pretty much, I even got right down to the fonts and the colors that they're using over there except for that one, over there at Google. They use Roboto. It's a nice little font. Okay. So now we're going to move on. Call out extensions. If you want, you can add that. I'll go ahead and I'll put a couple in. Let's go ahead and let me see. I made a few. Thousands of happy users. Amazon seller must have. Actually, let's remove that because they're slowing down things that include Amazon. Code Google 50 for $50 off. That is something that I'm doing. I'm actually tracking conversions as well with that coupon code in case something goes haywire. Let me see what else. Exports all ASINs, find more products. All right, that's good enough. And I don't need any call extensions. Okay, now is where we really make our money. The ad copy and all that stuff is super important, but the keywords are the most important thing that we do. We need to make sure that we're targeting people who are actually interested and they're going to convert. So this one's going to be easy. I've already started in my head of what I'm going to do. Over here, I've basically got these core terms, the things that I own, like my branded terms. Okay. And notice that when I paste these in here, it actually is going to show up over here in the phrase match, and it's going to create the proper abbreviations around it. So I've got the parentheses here and then the brackets over here for the exact match. So whatever I want to do, I can just copy those and paste it. All right. So for now, let's go ahead and use these exact matches. What I like to do is if I'm running to a page that I've already had a lot of traffic and experience with, I've already done it here. I come into the search results inside the search console. I paste the page in here. And then I do a search and I can actually see what people are searching for when they land on my site. So Storefront Stalker Pro Chrome extension. Okay. So stuff like that. I'll go ahead and add that. Let's see how many impressions that got. You see right here, it got 83 impressions over 3 months. So it's not a lot, but it's worth looking at. Okay. So I'm able to filter this by impressions. I can also filter it by what's getting the most clicks. So these are going to be the things that are going to be making the most money. So if I can get more of these impressions to turn into clicks, I can get more conversions because I'm going to be ranking organically for the site. And I'm also going to be ranking with that ad. So and a lot of people are like, why would you pay for something that you're already ranking on? And the reason is that 2/3 of all clicks go to the first 6 spots. And if you own multiple of those spots, you're going to get more clicks, even if it's your own branded thing. And what I'm doing with this ad is I'm actually running a discount. So by running a coupon code, I'm going to be getting a lot more visits and a lot more conversions. Okay. So a lot of people were ready to buy and then they typed in coupon code. So I've got a really good coupon code. It takes $50 off, drops down to $100. Like I said, after that, it leaves me with a nice little bit of margins still. Okay. So if I want, I could copy from all of these. Storefront Stalker Free, Storefront Stalker Pro. All right. And I'm just going to grab these phrase matches. I really don't even need that one. I really don't even need the Pro. I just like these different spellings. Let's go ahead and do that. Maybe try it with them all together. Just want to make sure that any possible scenario, I would be good to go there. Okay, and I can even go even more broad. I could even just do a broad match with Storefront Stalker Pro, and I'd probably be fine. But this should give me enough impressions. I'm going to call this brand terms. direct brand terms. Okay. And then normally I would come in here, I'd create another ad group. And this ad group would be something different. So let's say that there's a competitor. I want to target that competitor. I could run the ads to that. And I will be doing that. But for the sake of this video, I'm not going to. For now, I'm just going to show you how to do just one basic ad group. Adding another ad group is the same thing, except you'll be able to create different ads specifically targeted to that ad group. So if I had terms that were targeting a competitor, I could put something like better than competitor or the real solution to blah, blah, blah. Whatever I want to do, I could laser focus that ad so that it's doing better compared to the search terms. So it's optimized for them, right? So let's do save and continue. Now I have to create the ads. And this is the part where I cheated a little bit. Like I said, this is going to be the final URL. That's just where they're going to go to actually purchase. That is not the thank you URL. Don't confuse those two. I want to grab this. And I don't know if you noticed, but if you look over here, there's a word count. If you go over the word count, it's going to give you an alert and it will tell you to shrink it. Okay. So let's just keep copying this stuff. And you want to make sure that your descriptions and everything are keyword heavy. The display path URL, just make it something that makes sense. Storefront-stalker, that'll work. That's not the actual link. That's just going to be what's shown. So that doesn't have to be an active URL. All right, let's go ahead and exit that. So I stop looking at it. Grab this description. Okay, now you see it's all starting to come together. This is going to be what the final ad is really looking like. And then these down below it are going to be my callouts. Pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to do save and continue. And normally you would create multiple ads. Again, for this example, I'm just going to create one. After I get off this video, I'm going to come straight in here and make more because it's going to optimize the best performing. It's going to show them more and it's going to give me some great insights. So if you're running ads for yourself or for clients, always spend the time to create a secondary ad. And also, like I said, more ad groups, the more the merrier, as long as you're going through and acting on the data that you're getting, because you can get a ton of data. And if you take action on it regularly and consistently, you can do a very good job. Okay, so that's good to go. What we need to do now though is create a conversion so that can actually be tracked. Like right now it's going to run, but it's not going to know that there's not like a conversion setup for this specific product. So what I need to do is come to tools and settings, and I'm going to come into measurement. I'm going to click on conversions. Now remember, you do need to have Google Tag Manager installed. If you don't have that, it's going to make things more difficult. This is an old one. I've created a new one since then. But if you don't have Tag Manager in there, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Still very possible, easy to do, but I have told you guys from the beginning that I highly recommend that you do use Google Tag Manager, and I'm going to show you why. So I'm going to click on plus to add a new conversion. Then up here, I'm going to select website, and I'm going to call this a purchase. I'm going to call it SS Pro sale. And I'm going to use the same value for each conversion. I'm going to use $100 because the coupon's going to, so it's called $99, I think is better. That's the value after the coupon. It's going to be about the average. So that's going to be good for me. And I'm going to count every sale. If I were doing leads, I would do just one because you can only get a lead one time, but somebody might theoretically come and purchase multiple times. So if you sell something like protein powder, somebody comes back every month, it'll be able to track it better inside of Google. So it depends what you're trying to sell. If you're selling something that can be purchased multiple times or opted into multiple times, which is not ever the case, you can do every, but if it's something like a lead magnet where you only get one email from that one person and maybe they do come back and enter another email, it's not the same as 2 email value, right? So you just put 1 if it's a lead magnet, every if it's a product that they purchase multiple times. Okay, click through conversion window. I'm going to make this part easy for you guys and just keep all this the way it is. Including conversions, yes. Attribution model, last click, 30 days and 1 day conversion window. Okay. Or I'm sorry, view through conversion window. Don't worry too much about what all these mean. Last click is basically the attribution. If they come from Google and then they visit the ad and then they come from Twitter or something, they're not going to count the conversion. But if I were to do first click, if they went to Google and then left and ended up coming back from an email I sent them or something, it would still attribute it to the Google ad. And I like to see what comes directly from the Google ad. But There's a million different things you can do with Google Ads. Like I said, people make their entire careers out of Google Ads. So some of the features are cool, but don't overthink them because it can end up, ending up getting that paralysis by analysis, more little bugs to work out and stuff like that. So I don't worry too much about that. All right, now we have a couple of options. Install the tag yourself, email the tag. If you have like someone that works on your website, you can send them the tag and have them install it, or you can use Google Tag Manager. Installing yourself, this is adding the code into the page that has the thank you on it, which is okay, but I don't love that method. Instead, we're going to use the Google Tag Manager. And I'll show you how to do this. They're going to provide us with this information right here. And then we're going to open up Google Tag Manager. Now, Google Tag Manager is a little bit wonky. Be patient with it. It's a little bit weird. Don't worry though. I'm going to show you exactly what to do. Okay, so log into your account, open up the container name, which is basically just your website. And then come up here to new tag. And I'm going to call this CSS Pro conversion. And I'm going to put 2020 just so I know. I always like to use as much information as I can to distinguish things from one another. Dates, ad types, whatever I can to make it clear when I'm viewing a lot of data. It makes it a lot easier on me. Your future self will thank you if you are descriptive. Okay, so for this, we're going to click right here on the tag configuration. We're going to come to Google Ads conversion tracking. All right, and now here we have all this information. What I want to do is come back into Google Ads, grab that conversion ID, paste that there, grab the conversion label, paste it there. I'm not going to worry about putting anything else for right now because I've already put that inside of Google Ads. So for triggering now, I'm going to click on the little plus button. And I'm going to put CSS Pro, thank you, purchased 2020. Okay, but now I do have the thank you URL. And I'm going to come here and I'm going to click on page view. And then I'm going to have the option some page views. I'm going to put page URL equals this. I'm going to click save. Okay. And then I'm going to click save again. And then I'm going to click submit. And I'm going to say CSS Pro conversion. Okay. You can put some more notes if you want. I'm going to click publish. Seeing no one's listening. I don't know why they put that, but now we are good to go. We come back, click done. And now it is in there. It's going to say unverified. It's going to take up to 3 hours until someone visits the page containing the tag. Okay. So we are good to go there. Now, what we're going to do is just wait and track as it comes. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to wake up and get a load of what's going on. And I'm going to start making decisions on what to do next. Usually I like to let my ads run for at least a week before I do anything crazy. And then from there, I optimize and I get in the process of optimizing every single week, sometimes daily, depending on how much I'm spending. You will never have the perfect ad right out of the gate. You want to make sure that you're testing everything, seeing what's working and making changes on things that aren't working. So that is it. That is how you go about creating a basic Google ad. If you have any questions, be sure to ask them down in the comments. And if this is your first time to the channel and you want more affiliate marketing related videos, click subscribe and I will see you in the next video.